I'm Glenna Froelich with Stock Realty, and I'm here today with Dan Lolli with Stock Financial, one of our affiliates. And he's going to tell us what Stock Financial does and how they work with buyers to help them get into the home of their dreams.
Thanks, Glenna. Hi. Yes, I'm a licensed mortgage broker with Stock Financial. Stock Financial is a licensed mortgage broker. We're under the same umbrella as Stock Development, Stock Construction, Noble Title and Trust, Stock Realty. Because of that affiliation, we've had the privilege of doing a lot of business over the years. We work with a lot of lenders who want our business, who want our high-performing business, and we're able to offer preferred interest rate pricing to those clients because of our relationship.
That's super, yes. So we're really like a big footprint in this area.
We are, and it tends to be a very attractive footprint because our loans tend to not default. Our borrowers tend to be well qualified. They pay their bills on time, and because of the preferred interest rate pricing, the free rate float down, some other products we might discuss later, it makes it a very attractive prospect for future purchasers to want to stay under our umbrella.
Great. I know several of my customers have worked with you over the years on different purchases and refinances, and so that's really is a true testament to your product and your professionalism. So tell us, what does it take these days to get a prospect pre-qualified, and just some of the steps that they have to go through with the down payment amounts with an investor versus a full-time purchaser? I know there's a difference there.
There is, and it's a good point. It's really never a bad idea. It is always a good idea to get pre-qualified. For us, there's no cost in getting pre-qualified. There are no application fees. And getting pre-qualified will really allow us to avoid any potential pitfalls that may exist down the line in one's approval process, whether that's for a new construction purchase or a resale purchase that's closing in a quick turn. Down payment requirements, typically for primary residences, 5%, second homes, 10%, investment properties, 15% is a general rule of thumb.
So that's quite a bit different than it was 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
We were seeing, 25%, 20%, 15%, so yeah, that's terrific.
Very different. It's very different. There are a lot more loan programs available nowadays. There are VA and USDA loans where you can do 100% financing. There are now investment property loans where you can get mortgage insurance and not even put 20% down. The market's really changed quite a bit over the last few years.
That's great. That's super.
Yeah.
So what do you think about rates going forward? That's always a big scare for folks thinking, oh, gee, do I need to rush in and buy something now, or is it okay to wait on the sidelines a bit longer? Or what do you think about that?
So it's a hard question to answer. The general trajectory of rates tends to be that rates are increasing. They were at historic lows for the last 2 or 3 or 4 years. They've got nowhere to go but up. With Stock Financial, an attractive product that we offer is what's called a rate float down option.
Yes, tell us about that.
Well, most commonly what we do is we'll lock someone's rate really as soon as they enter a 90-day window of closing. At that point, we can lock their rate, they'll get a market rate, and with us, locking them for 90 days helps them to avoid any sort of unnecessary market risk, which is very, very important to the buyers that we work with. The float down lets us lock them for 90 days, and then if the market improves at any point between our lock date and our closing date, we can float their rate down to that new lower market rate prior to closing. So it's the best of both worlds for our buyers, and our buyers love it. They can lock in early and avoid market risk while still having some downside improvement possibility should the market cooperate.
And particularly if they're building, because we don't always know what that close date is going to be.
Exactly.
So yeah,
exactly right.
Real convenient.
It's tricky sometimes to measure exactly on build when is the 90-day window, but that's another asset that I think we offer, and that you can offer too. We all offer, working under the umbrella of Stock. We're looking at construction reports. We're really better able to determine when a closing date's going to be than your kind of third-party lender who's getting information third hand. We can really pinpoint, here's your completion date. We should lock your rate in now.
Yeah, super. So just some of the various loan programs that you offer now, let's say if we're working with first-time buyers, or even I've had folks ask me recently about the VA loans. How are you finding the VA loans? I know there's some limitations there.
Yeah, as a licensed mortgage broker, we really can pretty much do it all. We work with over a dozen lenders, each of whom represents a different niche. Some have particularly good VA products where they'll waive their administration fee, 100% financing. There are some maximum loan amount limits for VA financing, just as there is for any other type of financing. VA loans, USDA loans, jumbo loans, FHA loans, condos, we really do pretty much do it all. I'm working with a customer right now who's a hockey player in Sweden. We're getting him 90% financing
Oh, wow,
on,
that's great.
on a purchase in LA.
That's great.
So yeah, it's great to be able to offer that wide variety.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Dan, I'm sure that people are wondering what would be an advantage working with Stock Financial as a mortgage broker versus their local hometown lender, and are there any additional fees involved in doing so?
It's a very good question. I think a common misconception of what a mortgage broker does is that you pay them extra to do some legwork that you don't have to do. Our clients don't pay us a dime. We're compensated as a broker actually from the lender to whom we take your loan. They'll pay us, they want your business, they want to collect your interest. They'll compensate us for our service. You don't compensate us at all. We don't charge any points to our borrowers. There are rare instances where it's in their best interest to pay points, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a better deal working with a broker than you will a retail bank. When you walk into a retail bank, you're going to get their rate, their product. There's a chance that's best, but more likely than not, there's a different bank or a different lending institution that has a preferred interest rate or product for them. That's the value we can bring.
So you're doing all the homework and the shopping for people and bringing them the best opportunities and laying them out for them side by side, everything.
That's our job. Yeah, we've done it for so long. We know the lenders that are good on the new construction condos. We know the lenders that don't do VA financing in a given community. We know the lenders that do this or that. So it's something that we've learned over the years, being here in Naples and being in business, and yeah, we're very proud of the lenders with whom we work.
Great. Well, Dan, tell the folks the best way to reach you going forward, because I'm sure that you're going to hear from some of them.
I'd love to. My direct line is 239-272-9522. I work out of Stock's corporate office in North Naples. We do stock construction, we do non-stock construction, we do refinances. We work with great realtors like Glenna and Vern at Stock Realty, and I'd be happy to hear from any of you.
Thank you so much, Dan.
Thank you. Pleasure.